What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today, and we have an incredible day on the VIP, guys, for the very simple fact that we hit an 8.5x yesterday, and it is with our bread and butter, I guess you can say, with League of Legends correlation, with soccer correlation, Valorant, Counter-Strike, also our bread and butter sports and esports, and then once we get into football season, which is happening, it's going to come up quicker than you think, guys. That is also going to be something that we're going to absolutely hammer with the correlated form. So a lot to get into in today's video, guys. Of course, I'm going to go over everything that I can. With this entry here, we go up 7.5 units from this one entry, and then you're going to see some of the misses. Of course, I'm as transparent as possible. I really can't get any more transparent. I feel like I try to be so transparent that sometimes I'm like, it's like beating a dead horse, really. And the thing about it is that I want to be the number one, the most transparent person on the internet, right? And it's like at a certain point also, if you're in my VIP, if you want to join my VIP, you have to kind of take a leap of faith and you got to trust me a little bit with these entries. So the number one thing that I can really do is like with the entries are going to come and go. The entries will hit, they'll miss. We're going to use the same strategy. But the real thing that I need to get across is the strategy and the mindset to have, right? So first of all, 7.5 units is what we go up from this entry. We have a miss here. This is very correlated. I'll get into this. Miss here, very correlated. I have a miss here on the free picks. That is that missed as well. So we had I guess I'll also say that the better entry did miss too. So let's just call it 4 misses, yesterday, right? So we have 4 units that we go down, but we go up 7.5 units from this entry alone, which means we went up 3.5 units from just this entry hitting, right? And then on top of that, this entry right here in the middle, it's a 5.5x, so I'm not sure what the payout's going to be. This guy's playing right now, but in the first map, his team wins. And if you know anything about League of Legends, when the team wins, you're going to get a lot of kills. So he gets 5 kills in just one map because his team wins. So he does go over in just one map alone right here. So he goes over. I'm not sure what they're going to be, the payout is going to be, right? I don't know if it's going to be a 2x or a 3x or what, but it'll probably be somewhere in that range. And it'll be a nice little 1.5 units that will go up from this entry. Now we do have another setup here happening in the next 20 minutes. All right. So this is another one that could potentially happen for us. And the next thing I want to get into is the bumps that we've been seeing, right? If you look at the bumps here, guys, this guy we took at 3 to go over, he is now at 3.5. This guy we took at 5, he is now at 5.5. And if you guys know anything about these esports or anything about soccer, whatever it is, the 0.5 differences can really, really make a huge difference, right? We take this guy at 3, we take this guy at 5. I mean, you see it right here at 4. This guy, I believe, bumped to 5 by game time. So if you took him at 5, you would not have hit. But if you took him at 4, like I told you guys to take him at, and what I sent him out at, I even sent this out for free, Courage at 4. I like this as a play. He gets 4. I would have thought that he maybe would have got 5 or 6 or whatever, but he gets 4 kills. And it's because we took him at 4 and maybe everyone else took him at 5. And if you took him at 5, you would not have hit this entry. So the bumps are absolutely incredible. Even if you look at some of these losses, right? This is insane. Look at this bump right here, guys. Now, ResQ and Joelina, they played horrible and their team lost, which is, you expect for Valorant if your team loses and it's quick games to go ahead and go under, and that's what ends up happening. So these players did very bad, but you will see that Joelina, we took her at, I believe it's a girl. We took her at 31.5 and she bumped up to 34.5, and then same thing with ResQ. 30.5, and then she bumped up to 32.5. Okay, so they bumped up by 2 to 3 kills each, which is absolutely phenomenal stuff. Same thing here in Valorant, guys. I took the overs and the unders hit. And we're going to get into this when we get into soccer, where with soccer, we take the overs or we take the unders together. Sometimes they're going to hit together. Sometimes they're going to miss together. And it's the same thing with Valorant. Sometimes Valorant's going to hit together. Sometimes they're going to miss together. I'm sure I can find some sort of Valorant play. Yeah, for example, right here in Valorant, we take the unders. This is from a couple of days ago, by the way. In Valorant, we take the unders hit together. I'm sure I can find one where the overs hit together in Valorant, where I maybe took it, but maybe not. So anyway, last couple things to go over is that the free picks have been a little bit rough. I'll be honest about that. You guys know I'm as transparent as possible. With that being said, we've had some close entries. This guy misses by 3 passes, so that's a little bit unfortunate. And then with White here, I took him over at 9, and he actually bumps up to 10.5. So, at the end of the day, guys, I feel like we're taking good plays. We're definitely gone maybe 5 to 6 prize picks plays dry. Better entries are a different story. We have hit a decent amount of better entries over the past couple of days, but it's very hard with the free picks because I only give out one a day, okay? So if you watch yesterday's video with, I think we went down like 2 units yesterday and I talked about some very close misses. Yeah, we probably had like 3 to 4 misses, maybe 5 misses before we hit this 8.5x. And that can be the same thing with the free picks, right? We might go, 4 or 5 entries dry, maybe even more, and then we might hit like back-to-back 5x's or whatever it is. But it's difficult with the free picks because this is over the course of like a week, whereas on the VIP you're getting like 7-8 picks a day. So the I guess the speed of how fast things were hitting and missing just happens a lot quicker. Like the turnover is a lot quicker, if that makes sense, because you're just getting so many more entries. So again, as you guys know, we are very long-term profitable. Right here in soccer, this is the last thing I want to go over, I promise, but we did take the overs right here, and you guys will see that Gil and Cortez, they both go over, and you guys see that Gil got 80 passes, this guy got 30 passes, and I'm sure if you guys have watched these videos for the past couple of weeks or the past even days, right, you guys can already estimate, okay, what do you think happened with this Hurricane team right here that both these guys are on? Do you think they had more possession or do you think they had less possession, right? And you can even pause the video, make a guess. Do you think they had, 50%? Do you think they had 60%? What kind of possession do you think they had? And again, if you look at the actual game that was played yesterday, they had 65% possession. So as I always say, in a team that has a lot of possession, they're going to have a lot of pass attempts, right? I'm sure if you bet on anyone on this team right here, this Tuchaman team, however you say that name, this team probably all went under, okay? The simple reason is because they only had 35% possession. So we end up betting on the right team to go over 65% possession. And we're even going to see that in today's video as I get in today's pick, is that sometimes these guys are going to go over if they have a lot of possession, and they're going to go under if they do not have much possession, all right? So as you guys know, I track absolutely everything. This is the past month, so the past 30 days on Better and the past 30 days on Sleeper. I will say on Better, we are down actually in the past 30 days, which is unfortunate. We're down like 2 units. As I echoed yesterday, don't be worried about 2 units, guys. That is nothing, okay? If I were to show this graph, which maybe I will tomorrow, over the past, how we've done so far in 2026, you're going to see that we are up a ton of money, okay, on Better, okay? So this is just the past 30 days, just because I always talk about Sleeper and Better as making money over the past month. So I like to show the 30-day graph. But if you guys want me to show the 2026 graph, I can do this as well. On PrizePicks Underdog, guys, we have 223 units on PrizePicks and Underdog this year. As you will see, the record, guys, we have hit over 300 times, and we have actually missed 1,100 plus times on my VIP. And it's the simple reason is because we play a lot of 4-mans and 3-mans, okay? So you're not expected to hit very many entries. You might see a loss, like you might see like 5 losses in a row on your PrizePicks account. And you have to be able to, I guess, take some of these losses to the chin, because you're going to lose a lot, right? If you join the VIP, get ready to play a lot of entries that are going to lose. And then finally, that 6th or 7th or whatever it is entry might hit for an 8.5x, or let's just say, a 9.5x or something like that. And this entry right here can pay off all of these losses. Again, what just happened yesterday, right? We hit this entry and it just paid off this loss, right? As I just said, okay? And then sometimes we can just have a glorious day where maybe 2 to 3 of these will hit back to back to back, and we can go up 20 units in a day, which has also happened a lot in these past 30 days, as I've said, right? So a lot of talking today, as I always do. I'm sorry about that. But one thing I do want to say is I just got this across my desk, so to speak. I just got emailed this, is that Novig is now available nationwide. And what I want to do actually for you guys with Novig, 2 months free of the VIP. Let's do it. 2 months free of the VIP. I'm going to run this let's run this till Friday. 2 months free of the VIP for Novig. If you do not have Novig yet, sign up for Novig. Any day till Friday, and you'll get 2 free months of the VIP with Novig. It is available nationwide. I know a lot of you guys in California. I have a lot of people in California just because it's a big state. Novig was not available in California 24 hours ago, and now Novig is available in California and everywhere in the nation, okay? So if you're watching this from anywhere in the United States, you can get Novig, and Novig is actually where I take all of my straight bets, okay? On the straight bets, I forgot to screenshot these, but we hit Taylor Fritz. I believe we took the Yankees to go over 7.5 yesterday. That hit, and then we took another entry, and I forget, and that also hit or something like that. Oh, it was a free pick. I think we took an under or something, and that also hit. but we've been doing very well on the straight bets. Straight bets are anything that is not a player prop. So it's going to be anything like a money line or an over-under. I'm betting a lot on the MLB right now and absolutely crushing it. If you guys are tailing some of my shorts, so my YouTube shorts or my Instagram and stuff, I think we're on like a 20-3 run or something crazy like that with MLB and with WNBA, and it's been amazing. And all of my bets that I take are on Novig, and it's for a simple reason that Novig just has the best odds in the industry because it doesn't have any VIG. And you guys can go look that up, what not having VIG means. It's a peer-to-peer betting exchange, so it's pretty much like it's not a predatory sports book. It's not a sports book where it's you versus them. It is a sports book where it's peer-to-peer. So you actually, if someone puts $1,000 on the Knicks to win and you put $1,000 on the Spurs to win, you're actually kind of betting against that other person. And it's a very, very clean system, and it's a very good it's a very, very good platform, and I absolutely love it. I take multiple bets on Novig a day, and you guys can actually get 2 months free of the VIP, like I said, anywhere in the United States with just a $5 deposit. With my code DETECTIVE, it applies a 50% off promo up to $25. So what that means is that I believe if you put 25 in, you will get a free $50. But if you want to put just $5 in, you will get a free $10 with Novig with my code DETECTIVE. So all you have to do is sign up for Novig, use code DETECTIVE, and then text me to my number on the screen, and I will go ahead and get you that 2 free months of the VIP. Okay, guys? I've also talked a lot about Kalshi. Kalshi, exact same thing. It's a $10 deposit on Kalshi. 2 months free of the VIP. My number is up here on the screen. And then I have a number of apps like Underdog Fantasy. I believe Chalkboard has now re-upped their process as well. So if you guys want to sign up for Chalkboard, you can do so. That's going to be 1 month. Sleeper, better. You guys know where to find me. My number on the screen. You guys can get free VIP. Let's get into the first pick of the day. It's going to be Tarek Skubal now for his first game against the Dodgers, discounted down on better, right? So this is a discount from him at 7.5 to 6.5, which is a massive discount in MLB, right? Anytime you're getting one discount on something that's 7.5 or 5 or whatever, that's a massive discount. That's probably like a 20%, 25% discount right here, right? It is Taco Tuesday today on PrizePicks, which that's great and all. I love Taco Tuesday, but on Better and on Sleeper, it is Taco Tuesday every day. And what I mean by that is they give out about 2 to 3 discounts every day on Better and on Sleeper because that is just how good of an app they are, right? So utilize Better and Sleeper to make a couple $100 a month just using their discounts every day, right? It's like going to the gym. You just click a couple buttons on your phone, and you make a couple $100 a month, but you have to be consistent with it, right? You just have to show up every day. You have to take the bets, all right? So Tarek Skubal, we're going to take him over. Obviously, he is discounted down, and then we're going to take Nero, and we're going to take him under 27.5 kills in maps 1 through 2. This is in Call of Duty, okay? So you're going to see COD on your Better app, right? And COD is what this guy is on. You can also look him up on a little search bar on Better and find Nero and take him under 27.5, all right, guys? So this is the first pick of the day on Better. Amazing prop there. And then the second pick of the day, we are going to obviously go to soccer, and we're going to go to MLB, okay? So let's actually start with the MLB play today. We're going to take Yordan Alvarez, and we're going to take him over 6.5 hitter fantasy score. Absolutely amazing pick right here for a couple of reasons. So first of all, Yordan, obviously one of the best hitters in the MLB. I don't really have to introduce that. He's been on a very nice streak the past couple of games. You will see against the Blue Jays, he just hit at 7. And one thing that I love about him hitting at 7 here is they only scored 1 run, okay? So the Astros, they're probably going to be able to score more than 1 run tonight or, whenever, right? So 1 run, and he still goes over at 7. He's been on a very good run. You're seeing that the past 4 games he has done very well. He's obviously Yordan Alvarez, so he knows how to hit the ball very well, right? One thing that I love about this, guys, is if you go to hit runs RBIs, he is a green goblin right now on hits runs RBIs. So at 1.5 on PrizePicks, he's a green goblin. And on his hitter fantasy score, if you go kind of back and forth, this is showing the green goblin, so I should have pulled up 2 different tabs. But anyway, 6.5, and then he's a green goblin on his hits runs RBIs at 1.5. So if he gets 2 hits, runs, RBIs, he's probably going to hit his hitter fantasy score at 6.5, right? You're actually going to see that yesterday. He only had 1 hit, run, RBI, but he still hit his hitter fantasy score at 7. Okay, so PrizePicks is pretty much telling you that his line at 1.5 is more likely to go over than to go under, right? He has, I think it's like a 60% chance or something, according to PrizePicks, for him to go over hits, runs, RBIs than to go under. That's what a green goblin means. And his hitter fantasy score, we're pretty much able to get a green goblin line at a non-green goblin price, because obviously, if you don't know, green goblins bring the payout down. That's what they do on PrizePicks. But with the exchange there is they have a much higher chance at hitting than a normal line does. But his hitter fantasy score is pretty much a Green Goblin without having to get that reduced payout right there. This is also a 5.5x, by the way, which is a great payout for a three-man like this because it's very correlated. I will also say, as I already mentioned, this is Taco Tuesday today on Tuesday. So if you really don't like Jordan or something, then just go ahead and sub in the Taco right here, and that's going to be completely fine. Before we get into the soccer pick, guys, I did mention this quite a lot yesterday. I'm going to talk about this the past couple of the next couple of weeks here. I have a football season pass active right now for just $150. If you look at this over the course till Super Bowl 61, this is going to bring the VIP to about $20 a month, right? So this is going to be about 6 to 7 months of the VIP here. It's all of my plays. Number one question that I'm getting asked with this is, am I going to be able to get the soccer plays? Am I going to be able to get the esports plays? Yes, guys, VIP is VIP. And if you already have an existing membership, so if you already have the year pass or whatever it is, you're going to get all my football plays. Don't worry about that, right? So my VIP, when you're in my VIP, you get all my plays, right? I don't have like a separate VIP for soccer and a separate VIP for football. I don't think that would be fair. I think if you're in my VIP, you're with me, you're here, you're here with the daily grind of us, whether we win, whether we lose day to day, you're here to profit long term, and you're taking this sports betting thing serious, so you are going to get all of my plays. Now, that being said, if you're not in my VIP yet, or maybe you're here for a free month or whatever it is, this is the best chance to get into my VIP. You get my VIP all the way up until Super Bowl 61. And if you do not make your money back, okay? So a lot of people, what they'll do when they have passes like this is they'll say, all you have to do, like, I'm going to do a profit guarantee, but you just have to profit $1. I'm saying that you need to make your money back. If you do not make $150 or more by the end of the football season, then you can text me and I will give you your money back, right? Now, with that being said, you got to tail my entries, all right? So I don't want someone that's going to join this and just going to tail like 3 entries and maybe lose 2 out of 3 of them and then, lose their money and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to wait till the end of the football season and get the profit guarantee. I'm going to be tracking this, of course, as I always do. And it's going to be, in terms of a $5 to $10 better, which is kind of the average. Some of you guys are $30 bettors. Some of you guys are $1 or $2 bettors, but the average on terms is like $5 to $10 bets. $5 to $10 bets, guys. I'm telling you, if you take $10 bets and your bet size allows it, you can make thousands of dollars this year. I mean, in the football season, like we'll probably go up in between 250 to 300 units. And if you don't believe me, we did it in 2025 and we did it in 2024. Okay, so 300 units for a $10 better is $3,000. So again, is $150 worth making $3,000 by the end of the season by Super Bowl 61? You tell me, right? So it's going to be a long road, guys. You're going to get my VIP for like 7 months here up until Super Bowl 61. I can't even explain the value of this, right? You're going to get the entire preseason. You're going to get all my soccer bets, all my esports bets. You're going to get the regular season, of course, for NFL and for college football. And on top of that, you're going to get the playoffs, which is a massive time, right? When we get into January. And again, the reason why I'm talking about this stuff in August is because I always think long term. The past month, I have been digging into college football teams and NFL teams. What duos am I going to take? What offenses am I going to take? It's a very similar story to what I did for the World Cup. For the World Cup about a month before, I was preparing. I was looking at these teams. I was looking at these players. I was looking at possession stats, all this stuff. And we ended up having a 120 unit World Cup. So I'm very prepared for football season. Football season is the thing that I am known for. It's the reason why we started this channel, okay? So get that pass. That'll be the first link in the description. Second pick here. It's going to be 2 guys on the Whitecaps to go over, right? So the Whitecaps, they're facing Atlante. Atlante, yeah, I think that's how you say that name. Atlante is a League MX team, so they're playing in a cup right now with MLS versus League MX, so it's kind of like a U.S. versus Mexico type of cup right here. Atlante actually just came up from Division 2. Okay, so they're not a very good team, right? They're in League Mex now, but they came up from Division 2 League Mex, which means that they're not very good. Whitecaps, one of the best MLS teams in the MLS, and they have very, very good possession stats so far this season. So I'm taking them over together, okay? As I echoed, if you have a lot of possession, you're going to have a lot of passes for these 2 guys. You have Cubas right here, and you have Blackmon right here. And I'm taking these guys over together because if they have a lot of possession, then they will probably go over together, okay? It's a very, very simple strategy. More possession equals more passes for both of these guys, and it's pretty much like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. If you have a lot of possession, these guys will both go over together. I can actually show you guys guys this on Pick Finder, right? Look at these two guys. You have Blackmon and you have Cubas, okay? Hopefully you guys can see that every time that Cubas goes over, Blackmon goes over. Every time Blackmon goes over, Cubas goes over, and vice versa. Every time they go under together, right? If you look at LAFC over, Minnesota over, Cincinnati over. LAFC over, Minnesota over, Cincinnati over, right? And then you have Houston, and then you have Dallas under. Houston, Dallas, under is right here. I guess this San Diego game, Cubas didn't play, so it's not shown here, but he probably would have went under if he would have played. And then you have San Jose, Blackmon goes over, San Jose, Cubas goes over, okay? And then you have LA Galaxy under, Colorado under, Sporting Kansas City under, and you have LA under, Colorado under, and Sporting Kansas City under, all right? So I just showed you guys the past 10 games. This is going all the way back to April, and you will see how correlated these guys are. This is exactly what I'm talking about, if you guys can really conceptualize this right here. I'm going back and forth between these players, and I'm sure you guys can guess in these 3 games, they had a lot of possession. In these games, they did not have very much possession. In this game, they had a lot of possession. In these games, they did not have much possession, okay? So I had a comment like a week and a half ago, and it was when we were on our bad losing streak towards the end of July, right? And in July, at this moment in time, when this guy commented this, we were up like 65 units in July, which is so funny. But we were up like 60, 65 units. And the guy said, if you take the opposite of what this guy does in soccer, you will make money, right? Which is such a funny comment to me because yes, sometimes guys are going to go under together, right? Sometimes I'm going to take the overs and sometimes they're going to hit under. Sometimes I'm going to take the unders and sometimes they're going to take over. That is actually the strategy that we have, right? And you're going to see this in some of the entries that I've even had these past couple of days, right? Sometimes I'm going to take the overs and they'll hit under together, right? This game right here could have very easily went into overtime, double overtime, and both the overs would have hit. Same thing here, right? It was a good call to take the overs. Look at the bumps here. I'm not mad at all that these players went under, right? It was a good call to take the overs. They ended up playing a very short game. It is what it is. I love the bumps that ended up happening here. Sometimes it's going to happen, guys. It's sports betting. This is taking 3 and 4 man entries. You're going to lose some entries. And sometimes you just got to be like, you know what? This is a good entry. We got to move on, right? So that's how soccer works, guys. That's how Valorant works. That's how League works. That's how football works. Sometimes you're going to take the overs and the unders will hit. Sometimes vice versa will happen, okay? So this is the play of the day. I know I talked a lot in today's video, but there's so much information that is so good in today's video. I mean, this just going back and forth between these players, look at how correlated they are. This is our strategy that we use in soccer. This is the strategy we're going to use in football, and this is the strategy we use in esports as well. It's taking guys and girls to go over or under together on their specific lines, and if they have a lot of possession or one sort of stat or whatever, the team does well, they're going to go over. And if the opposite happens, they will go under, right? So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.